You know what's funny? The moment you decided to click on this video, something already changed. Maybe you've been putting off speaking English for months, maybe years. Maybe you keep telling yourself, I'll start when I'm ready. But here's the thing. You've been ready. You just didn't know it yet. And today we're going to talk about why it's absolutely 100% not too late for you to start.
Welcome back to Easy English Space. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy you're here today. Like, genuinely happy. Henry, tell them why today's episode is special.
Well, today is one of those episodes that I think a lot of people need. Not just to learn English, but to, feel something. To feel like, okay, I can do this.
Yes, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad you found us. Easy English Space is where we make English feel less scary and more human. Right, Hannah?
That's exactly right. Less scary, more human. That's kind of our whole thing.
So today's topic, I love this one, is it's not too late to start your English speaking journey. And look, before you scroll away thinking, oh, I've heard this before, just stay, because we're going to go somewhere real today.
Yeah, we're not going to just say, believe in yourself and call it a day. No. We're going to talk about why you stopped, why you avoided it, and how you actually start again for real this time.
Okay, Henry, I want to start with something. Can I just be honest for a second?
Always.
I avoided English for 2 whole years when I was learning. 2 years. I had the books, I had the apps, I even had a notebook with my English journey written on the front in nice handwriting. The notebook. Classic. Right? And I never opened it. I literally bought a beautiful notebook and never opened it. Because every time I sat down to study, this little voice in my head said, you're going to sound stupid. You're going to make mistakes. Just wait until you're better.
And that, right there, that is the trap. That is the exact trap that catches almost everyone.
Yes. And I want to ask the listener something. Have you ever done this? Have you ever bought something for learning English, a book, an app, a course, and then just not used it? Write it in the comments, because I promise you are not alone.
You are genuinely not alone. I've talked to so many people who say, I've been meaning to start for 3 years. 3 years. And the sad thing is, they're not lazy. They're not bad at English. They're just scared. And nobody told them that the fear was normal.
Say that again, Henry.
The fear is normal. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It means you're human.
Okay, listeners, quick practice moment. Repeat this line with us, out loud if you can. Ready? The fear is normal. Say it. The fear is normal. Good. Hold on to that.
Now, let me explain something that I think most English advice completely misses. Most people think they avoid English because they're not smart enough or talented enough or their accent is too strong. But that's not really it.
Ooh, what is it then?
It's identity. It's this deep feeling that speaking another language isn't for someone like me. Like English is for a certain kind of person, a confident person, a person who studied in a good school. And somewhere along the way, you decided, without even realizing it, that you weren't that person.
Wow. Okay, that hit me a little bit.
Yeah, it hits most people when they hear it, because nobody ever said it out loud before. But think about it. When did you first feel embarrassed about your English? Was it in school? Was it in front of someone you wanted to impress?
For me, it was actually in front of my cousins. They'd studied abroad and they were speaking so smoothly, and I opened my mouth and I just froze. And I remember thinking, I'll never sound like that. And that one thought, it stayed with me for years.
And that's so real. One moment, one embarrassing moment can shut everything down. And the scary thing is, you might not even remember it clearly anymore, but your brain remembered it. And every time you try to speak English, your brain goes, hey, remember last time? Remember how that felt?
So what do we do about it?
Well, first, you have to name it. You have to actually say, I'm afraid. Not, I'm not ready, not, I'll start later. Say, I'm afraid. Because when you name it, it gets smaller. It loses a little bit of its power.
Okay, listeners, here is your first little task today. In the comments, finish this sentence. I'm afraid to speak English because, just be honest, nobody is judging you here. This community is safe. Write it down.
And look, while they're thinking about that, let me tell you something kind of funny. I once had a student, let's call him Marco, and Marco had been studying English grammar for 6 years. 6 years! He could explain past perfect tense better than most native speakers.
Haha, wait, really?
Really. But he couldn't order a coffee in English without going red in the face. Because he knew the rules, he just never actually spoke. And one day he finally said to me, Henry, I think I've been preparing to speak instead of actually speaking. And I sat there because that sentence was so perfect.
Oh, wow. Preparing to speak instead of actually speaking. That's so many people.
So many people. And Marco, if you're listening, you did eventually order that coffee and it was beautiful.
I love Marco. Okay, but this brings up something really important. What is the difference between preparing and actually starting? Because some preparation is good, right?
Yes, of course. Look, learning some vocabulary, watching videos like this one, listening to podcasts, that's all good. That builds your ear. It builds your confidence slowly. But at some point, you have to open your mouth. And I think the honest answer is, there is no perfect moment to start. There never will be.
Say it louder for the people in the back, Henry.
There is no perfect moment. The moment you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. The best moment is always, always, always the slightly uncomfortable one you're already in.
Okay, I want to do a quick practice right now because this phrase is so useful. Repeat after us. There's no perfect moment to start. One more time. There's no perfect moment to start. Beautiful. Write that somewhere seriously.
Now, let's talk about strategy, because we promised you a real strategy today, not just motivation. Real, practical steps for someone who wants to start or restart their English-speaking journey.
Ooh, yes. Okay, what's step 1?
Step 1 is so simple that people underestimate it. Talk to yourself in English every day, even for 5 minutes.
I love this one because when I started doing this, I felt so silly. Like I was in my kitchen making tea and just narrating everything. I'm putting the kettle on, the water is boiling. I like tea.
And it works because you're removing the pressure of another person. There's no one to impress, no one to embarrass yourself in front of. You're just getting your mouth used to the shapes of English words.
The shapes, I like that.
English sounds different from most languages. Your mouth muscles are literally not trained for some of these sounds. So you have to practice the physical act of speaking, not just the thinking part.
Okay, what's step 2?
Step 2, and this one is more emotional than practical, is to change your goal. Most people say, I want to speak perfect English. And that goal it's killing them. Because perfect is impossible, and chasing impossible things makes you quit.
So what should the goal be instead?
The goal should be, I want to communicate. I want someone to understand me. That's it. One person, one message. Did they understand? Yes, you succeeded.
Oh, I love that. Because you know what? Even native speakers don't speak perfectly. I say and like, and sometimes I completely lose my sentence halfway through and just...
Yeah, we noticed.
Henry, rude. But it's true. Real communication is messy, and that's okay. It's supposed to be messy.
Exactly. So listeners, I want you to hear this clearly. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is connection. Write that in the comments if it resonates with you. My goal is connection, not perfection.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, step 3?
Step 3 is to find your people. Find a community of learners. Because learning alone is hard. Learning alone means every mistake feels like a private failure. But learning with other people means every mistake is just a moment, something that happens to everyone.
And this channel is honestly one of those communities. Every single comment section, I read the comments, Henry reads the comments, and it's just full of people being real with each other. Like, I struggle with this too, or I tried this and it worked.
It's genuinely one of my favorite things about this channel. The community here it's warm. It really is.
Oh, okay. I'm getting a little emotional. Moving on. Step 4.
Step 4. Use English in real moments, not just study moments. Order something in English online. Change your phone language to English. Watch one YouTube video in English with English subtitles, not subtitles in your language.
Oh, the phone language thing is such a good one, because suddenly English is everywhere in your life and it stops feeling foreign. It starts feeling like just your thing, your normal.
And you don't have to do all of these at once. Pick one, just one. Start there.
Okay, listeners, here's your homework for today. And don't worry, it's small. Choose one thing from this list. Talk to yourself for 5 minutes in English, change your phone language to English, or write one sentence in the comments right now in English. Anything. It doesn't have to be perfect, just write it.
And while you're thinking about that, let me share something a little quieter, a little more personal.
Oh, go ahead.
I remember when I was about 17, I think. My family moved briefly, and I ended up in an environment where nobody spoke my language. And I had studied English, but I was terrified to use it. And for the first 2 weeks, I barely spoke. I just nodded and smiled and hoped nobody asked me a direct question.
Oh no.
And then one day, this older man, kind of like a neighbor, he saw me struggling to read something. A sign or a menu, I can't remember. And he didn't laugh. He didn't correct me. He just said, slowly and clearly, "It's okay. Take your time." And something about that just opened something in me. I started speaking that day. Slowly. Badly. But speaking.
That gave me chills, honestly.
Yeah. I think about that a lot. How one moment of kindness can change everything. And I want this channel to be that for someone. That take your time moment.
Henry, that is genuinely lovely. Okay, I'm definitely emotional now.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's important. Because I think sometimes people feel like they've been left behind. Like everyone else is already fluent and they're still at the beginning. And that feeling is so lonely.
It really is.
But here's what I want to say to anyone who feels that way right now. Every single fluent English speaker was once exactly where you are. Every single one of them had a moment where they didn't know the word, where they got the grammar wrong, where someone didn't understand them and they wanted to disappear.
Every one of them.
And they kept going, not because they were special, but because they decided that communication mattered more than embarrassment.
That's the decision. That's the only decision you actually need to make.
Okay, let's do one more practice moment before we wrap up. This one's a little longer. Repeat this with us, okay? Ready? It's not too late. I can do this. I'm starting today.
Say it again with a little more feeling. It's not too late. I can do this. I'm starting today.
Good. Say that to yourself every morning for a week and watch what happens.
And look, we've covered a lot today. We talked about why people avoid starting, the fear, the identity thing, the trap of preparing instead of doing. We talked about the strategy, talk to yourself, change your goal from perfection to connection, find your community, use English in real moments.
And we talked about the fact that starting is uncomfortable, and that's not a warning sign. It's just the beginning of something real.
Exactly. The discomfort is not the enemy. The discomfort is the path.
Oh, that's a good one. Can we put that on a t-shirt?
Maybe someday.
Okay, before we go, and we'd love it if you hit subscribe if you haven't already, because we make these for you every single week, and it means the world to us when you're part of this community.
It really does.
Now, 2 questions for the comments today. 1, what has been your biggest reason for avoiding English speaking? And 2, what's one small step you're going to take this week? Just one. Write it below. We read every single comment.
And your homework, friendly reminder, no pressure, is to write one sentence in English in the comments today. It can be about anything, about you, about your day, about what you want to do with your English. Anything. Just write it. That's your first step.
I can't wait to read them.
Same. And next episode is going to be so good. We're going to talk about how to live a productive day. And yes, we'll bring English learning into it, but we're also going to talk about morning routines, energy, focus, and how the most successful language learners actually structure their time.
I'm already excited for that one. It's going to be practical and fun and very, very real.
As always.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. You showed up. That already matters. Take care of yourself. Keep going, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you there.